Hello and welcome to Earth Awakening. Today we welcome to the show Natalie Namaste. Natalie is a globally recognized intuitive healer, Reiki master teacher, and channeler with over 24 years of experience. Natalie's journey is an inspiration as she stepped into her power at a very young age and has been supporting thousands around the world. She channels angels and guides, transforming lives through empowerment and awakening. Her clientele includes celebrities, royalty, and even the skeptics. She is a teacher of humanity's team, as well as a key speaker in well-known summits, podcasts, and her very own popular YouTube community. Natalie, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me here, and thank you for your beautiful energy, your bright, like sparkly light.
Thank you very much, Natalie. Let us begin with your amazing energy and how your path led you to the work that you are doing today, sharing this amazing energy you have.
I feel like when I was born, I had this deep connection with the angelic realm, and that my mom said that when I was really little, when I was still in the cot, I would be talking to the angels, beings around me, and I can really feel it. I can feel that my connection to the truth is very deep. And so there are many moments in my life where I've had some profound experiences, which is, when we experience something, when we feel it, then we like the lower mind, the ego believes it. It comes on board with the spiritual aspect of ourself. And so I've had some profound things happen, like when I was about 5 or 6 years old, I was sitting in the back of my mom's car. I was looking out the window at the buildings, the trees, the people, all the things. And I asked the universe, if there isn't all of this, what is there? And then I experienced it. It went dark, but felt so light at the same time. It felt like the warmest embrace by the universe. And it was like a knowing, an emptying out, a spaciousness, and a deep peace and knowing. And I feel that it's like that vibration, that feeling that's driven me my whole life to keep wanting to understand it more. And so also what started to happen at a very young age was this white light just pouring through, and I would feel it vibrating in my body, and I'd know, send this light out to others because this light can heal. I remember like a few times, once my sister, she's also quite spiritually open and awakened, but also channeling light, but in a different way to me. And we would go to like dance clubs and like get on the stage and be dancing and be feeling all this light coming through us, goosebumps, tingles, and we're going, we send this light to everyone here. We send this light to everyone here. And yeah, and just like certain music would activate it. I'd be driving in my car. I remember one early morning I had to drive back on the West Coast because I needed to get back to work, and I was the only person on the road. And then there were sometimes some truck drivers. And I was listening to this music that was so uplifting, and I was crying tears of love, channeling so much light and just sending it to our world, sending it to every truck driver I saw, and knowing that like this light is making a difference in our world. It is helping people in the world who might be suffering to feel into their heart. And so more and more of this magic just started happening. I started to see colors and auras and energies around people. I started to hear messages from loved ones who had passed about them. I would feel what they feel. I'd feel like pain in my body, and I knew it wasn't mine, it was theirs. And then I would ask, like, what is this? Where does it come from? And I'd start to access what's happening in their life and how I can heal them. I also started seeing so much. So I'd started to see vibrations and patterns and colors and energy moving around the room and angels coming as sparks of light. So I wanted to get my eyes checked to make sure like I wasn't losing vision or something wrong with my eyes. So I went to an optometrist and they said I had 20/20 vision. So I went to a chiropractor who was psychic, and he said, Natalie, you are sensing chakras, the energy fields, you are seeing auras, and you're very psychic. And so there were many teachers that started telling me the same message. At this time, I was working in a coffee shop, and one lady said to me, she grabbed hold of me and she said, you've come down to earth to help with ascension. You've got 120 angels that work with you. And it all starts with yoga. So I immediately found a yoga teacher and started practicing yoga. And yeah, just at that time, I knew that I needed support because seeing, hearing, and feeling the world so beyond this D was immense and sometimes overwhelming. And so I found a teacher. I found a wonderful South African lady. I'm South African, and she taught me holistic healing, and it was so powerful when, in order to get the certification, I had to give a healing treatment with the other students to one of her clients. And I was asked to be by her feet. Now, one of her legs had gone gangrene. So I was working with one hand on her foot, one hand in the aura because her foot wasn't there, just the energy of it. And I got this strong message that came through. And the message was that if she doesn't stand on her own 2 feet in this relationship, the other leg's going to go gangrene as well. And she'll have to have it operated on. So I told my teacher, and my teacher was like, "Oh, Natalie, wow, you're really gifted. I'm gonna take you under my wing. I'm gonna help you to develop these gifts." And she really did. Trained in psychic development and meditations and attunements, and I just wanted more and more. So I found even more meditation circles, more teachers, and going on retreats, and I just made it my life work to be dedicated to this. And yeah, and then I trained in Reiki, and you know what? Actually, during this time, I was studying marketing. I worked in the 3D world and doing marketing and then teaching English to children in Thailand. And then I went and worked on super yachts um, in the yachting industry for about 6 years. But all the time, I was always offering one-on-one sessions and channeling. And so I've really spent time harnessing these gifts, and I can just say I'm so wowed because the more I give, the more I practice, the more I teach others how to be in this vibration and harness their own connection to their soul, the more I'm expanding. And I'm just totally wowed by it because just the other day I was giving a Reiki session and it's gone even deeper and stronger. I can channel even more. You know, they used to be blocks, like my ego would say, this is feeling too strong for you. And I've even overcome that. And so I just keep doing the inner work on myself and keep dissolving any fear or doubt or worry or, you know, what the 3D mind can do. If anything arises, I face it with love and I dissolve it so that I can be a pure, clear channel of the angels. And also, Carolina, you're going to love this, but just the other day, I was on the Heart Coherence Collaborative podcast being interviewed by Kyle. And he asked me about the ETs, the extraterrestrials, and next minute, I felt my angelic team shift out of me because they infuse with me and channel through me, as well as sometimes I translate. But that happened, and I was like, whoa, this is happening. And then next minute, the Arcturians came in. I've got goosebumps as I'm talking about them. So much light coming in. Whoa, my whole head's vibrating. So this means that everyone who's watching, everyone who's here is receiving an energetic upgrade because we're just getting lighter. Yeah, so the Arcturians came in and I channeled them for the very first time. And after I channeled them, I was wired with energy. I was just sitting on the sofa and I was just talking with them and asking them things. And so, let's see what happens today.
Oh my God, this sounds amazing. Yeah, let's stay open for our friends, Arcturians, Lyrans, Pleiadians, all of them equally lovely friends of us. Thank you, Natalie. That was an amazing introduction.
Yeah, just sharing from my heart.
Yes, exactly. So let's dive into shadow work straight away because you spoke about dissolving the fear. Do you transmute it mostly with your heart center? Do you breathe into the heart, into the fear? What is your tool that you use the most, that helps you the most?
Yeah. So definitely the heart center is one of the main places in our body that helps us to truly love and accept whatever's arising for us, whether it's something really dark and heavy, whether it's something that's enjoyable and light, but really like bringing awareness here can dissolve such shadow and heaviness. But also what I'm noticing is just being with what is that energy of allowing is the vibration of love, which is so deeply cleansing and healing. So I notice I often just naturally bring my hands to my heart. And so for me, the lower frequency emotion that I've experienced a lot in this lifetime is great sadness. Like growing up, I felt like I was in two worlds and I felt left out in this 3D world. Like as a teenager, all I wanted was to fit in and liked. And I was so different. And so what I noticed was I started feeling sad. And then later on in life, the sadness kind of was like a depression. Whenever I was alone by myself, I would feel so low and have like negative thoughts about myself and life. And sometimes even this thought and feeling, and I'm sure many of the viewers who are sensitive know this one. It's this feeling of um I want to go home. Like I don't belong here. There's somewhere else that I belong, and this doesn't density of earth. This can't be it. I want to go home. And so that feeling, I'm sure many, many sensitives know it. What happened one day was that because I'm a healer, I'm always able to like use the mind, the lower mind, to find the root of the issue. And so I'd often sit with sadness and be like, well, what is it? And I'd go through the layers. I'd go through ancestral and do ancestral clearing. I'd do past life healing. I'd do belief patterns in my own life and all of that. And then this one day, I just got this message from the angels. They said, sit with it. You've done a lot of clearing. You're ready actually to completely dissolve it. And this last step is to sit with it without judging it, without trying to find the root, just being. And so that is the greatest tool because I sat with sadness. I found where it vibrates in the body. So that's the key. So to move from being in the mind to drop into the energy, because when we truly heal, it's an energetic, it's moving something that's then been physically felt back into the energetic realm, and that's how it clears out. So I felt where in my body I feel the great sadness, and a lot of it was like a darkness, an emptiness in my heart, a loneliness. Even though I've got so many people who I love in my life, I still felt lonely. So a darkness in the heart and like an empty pit in the solar plexus, the diaphragm area, and then in the belly. So I brought all awareness into these areas and allowed myself to be. And what arose was crying. When we cry, it's an alchemy, it's a transmutation. Yeah, it's taking emotion that can get stored in the heart and the solar plexus and the belly, and it transmutes it and transforms it into water and salt that releases out of our eyes. Isn't that amazing? Aren't we magical? Also sweating, goosebumps, tingles by shaking, or all of the sounds. When we allow what is the shadow, the darkness inside of us, that heavy voice, that empty feeling, whatever it is, to bubble up to the surface by just being with it. It will release out of us in many different ways. And so it released, and crying, releasing, feeling, allowing. And afterwards, I felt empty. And emptiness is what the 3D mind is scared of. So it distracts us, it makes us think, and it makes us do, and it doesn't allow us to drop into the void, the emptiness. But that emptiness is God, is source, is universe. There is no thing there. And so I actually found myself to be in a space of such expanse, emptiness. And for a moment, there was no mind. But then the mind came and it said, what just happened? Whoa. It wanted to interpret and understand. And then I realized for the next days and weeks and months that that sadness was no longer inside of me. I had healed that shadow by embracing it, instead of repelling, resisting, or attaching to highs and trying to always only feel happiness. So that is the greatest gift that I can give to everyone. Allow yourself to be with the shadow. Meditate into the shadow that's showing itself. And that is the way it heals. It's like you enter into anxiety, or you enter into that voice that tells you you're not good enough, and you say, okay, I see you, I'm listening to you, and I'm going to be here for you, and I'm just going to observe. And then that voice that's been nagging you and telling you you're not good enough goes, you're listening to me. Oh, okay. And when you give it full attention, the light of the soul, the light that you are, dissolves those patterns. And with time, so you dissolve the root, you dissolve the major one, you'll have residue. It's like you have a major earthquake and then you have aftershocks. There will be residue, so less intense, but still the mind telling you those same stories. You've got to remain vigilant and aware, maintain awareness. You are the awareness. And so as you remain aware, you are then able to see anytime the mind brings up that story again. And when it does, your awareness, the light of you, the presence, will dissolve those aftershocks, will dissolve and clear out just through the awareness of it. Because if an aftershock happens, which is a contraction of fear in your system, and you react to it, and you take action from it, you're reaffirming the pattern. But if you maintain awareness of it, you're dissolving the pattern. You don't take action. You don't respond to that lower mind that's causing you to feel discomfort. And you create new neural patterns in your mind, in your brain, in your energy field. And you become a new you, a much more expanded, open mind, and a higher frequency vibration. Because the truth of you, which is consciousness, which is a higher mind, which is spirit, is already here. It's already here. So it's not that you need to become spiritual. It's rather that you need to undo all those patterns, undo those conditionings, and dissolve those shadows that are currently blocking you from the light you already are. The light that you are is here right now in the present moment. So undo all of that you've been conditioned and come back home.
Thank you, Natalie. We are spiritual beings, all of us, because we are spirit. So there is nothing we can do, be other than spiritual, you know? Like I tend to say, even when I go to the loo, I'm being spiritual. I'm releasing things that no longer serve me, that have brought nourishment already and are ready to go and fulfill other cycles of nourishment on other levels.
Exactly. Everything is a synchronicity. Everything is divine perfection. It's amazing how we can eat some food. The cells in our body are so greatly intelligent. They know exactly how to take that food, process it, make it into energy, eliminate the waste. So that's happening naturally with eating food. So if we allow it to happen naturally with what we ingest, with the news or with who we surround ourselves with, or everything is energy and we're ingesting it. So if we give space and maintain awareness and allow the process to happen without attaching and resisting, we will become a natural flow of spirit, which is already happening. We'll allow spirit to flow rather than getting trapped and stuck underneath the lower mind, the ego.
Thank you. Yes, I love it. So let us speak a little bit about Reiki and how that also helps us, and maybe give a transmission for the collective, maybe for the heart center. Would you like to?
Yes. So let's talk about Reiki first. What is Reiki? So it's the word Rei is universal and Ki is energy. And everything is made up of this universal energy. It's the energy that is abundant. It is the energy that is all. And so we already, all of us, channel energy. We flow with light and energy because that's our nature. And then Reiki, it was rediscovered in the late 1800s by this beautiful soul, Dr. Mikao Yusui. And he wanted to find a spiritual state. He wanted to experience a spiritual state called Onshin Ditsume. So he went to this mountain Kuramayama in Japan, and he he was being taught by a Zen master teacher, and his Zen master teacher said, you must be open to death in order to experience this. And so he said, fine, I'm ready to die, I'll go. And he meditated for 21 days. He fasted. He was getting weaker and weaker. On the 21st day, it's like he got struck by lightning and he fell down. And then when he awoke, he felt so full of energy and he felt enlightened, like light, full of light. And he ran down the mountain. As he ran down, he hurt his foot or his toe. And immediately, if we hurt ourselves, we put our hand there in that area. And so he put his hand on his toe, healed his foot, and he realized, whoa, not only am I experiencing this enlightened state, but I'm also channeling healing. So he then really developed this Reiki divine gift and attuned many people. And the thing about Reiki is that you receive an attunement from the Reiki master teacher. So it's passed down this lineage. And when there's ritual and there's a practice and there's a continuation of a belief and an energy that's powerfully connected to the universe, it has immense power. And so I am a Reiki master teacher, and I attune, and you're one of my students. You've practiced and trained by me, and you've been attuned, so you channel this high frequency light. And what it does is it opens you up to channel more light so that you can live from the heart and from this higher space. With Reiki level 2, it's very much about opening up the heart and being able to do distant healing, sending healing across time and space. And so this then brings us to the heart. The heart chakra, the energy center here, is the bridge between the higher self, the spiritual self, and the earthly self. And so here we can, when we are able to harness and connect through the heart, we're able to know that we are a spiritual being, like really energetically know it, not just intellectually understand it, know it, feel it, and also be able to fully embody and embrace that we are a human at the same time. So the heart is very, very special. And so what we're going to do right now, what's coming in, the angels are coming in, and they have a message for everyone about the sacred heart. So I'm just going to take a few breaths in and out and let them share a message. We are here with you all. Bring your awareness into your heart, into your chest. bring all focus and awareness into your chest and just notice what you feel. Maybe there is subtle energy, vibration, pulsing. Just observe, just observe. And as you bring all awareness, you bring all attention and light into the space, and your heart chakra starts to open. You can feel this right now. Notice what's happening in your chest as your heart is opening. And we, the angels, are channeling light to you. Notice what color or what colors are coming through for you into your chest, into your heart. And notice how this expansion feels for you. We are beaming light into your heart center, and you are able to feel more love for yourself and more love for every single being on earth, the plants, nature, animals, insects, the elementals, and the humans, and all the other beings as well, feeling this wonderful heart expansion, and that you may feel your angels, your angelic team, and your guides with you, a deep connection to your special team and any other high frequency beings that you are opening to connect with right now, and loved ones who have already passed that are still in your heart, that you may feel a connection to them too, through your heart. Beautiful being, you are so special. You are a soul, a divine light, here on earth, having this human experience. It is a miracle. And we invite you now and throughout your life to notice that everything in your life is a synchronicity. It is a miracle. Whether you get stung by a wasp, or whether you get hugged by your best friend, whether it's a high moment or a low moment, it is divinely created by your soul. It is for you to have your unique experience. It is all a miracle. And when you start to embody and embrace that everything, no matter how difficult or matter how wonderful it is a miracle, you start to live more from your heart, and you will magnetize in more and more beauty and joy, no matter what you experience. And as you raise your frequency through living in your heart, and by living in your heart, we mean experiencing, feeling the world rather than thinking your way through the world. There is a magnetic pull towards what you enjoy, like experiencing, and there's a magnetic repelling of that which you don't like. That is a different feeling to the emotions of attachment and repelling. Emotions of attachment are attaching to third-dimensional things that bring you happiness. Repelling is repelling emotions that are uncomfortable, repelling thought patterns that are uncomfortable, repelling situations that are uncomfortable. Those attachments and repelling are very deep. This energetic feeling your way through life is multidimensional, and it's very sensory. And what starts to happen is you dissolve your ego mind, the lower mind, which has been holding you in patterns. You dissolve those patterns, and then that lower mind is no longer causing you to react and create from its fears, repelling fear or attaching to its human-based love, which is very conditional at the lower frequency spectrum of it. And as you dissolve all of that, you open up and you open up your heart and you become more sensory. So where once there was a veil of the mind, being the lens of perception, your lens of perception becomes more clear, empty, and open, and your beautiful 5 senses become multidimensional. So you're able to hear, see, smell, taste, touch through senses that are heightened in ways that you haven't experienced before when the 3D mind was being the perception of which you experience. You were very limited before with the perception, and as you crack open, you start to feel, see, hear, experience, and know things very much through feeling and sensing, which is where you can start to develop your intuition, your gifts start to turn on. You are able to channel higher beings. You are able to feel what other people feel. You become way more sensitive. Sensitivity is a wonderful gift. Embrace it when this starts to happen. When you start to hear frequencies, don't get scared. Don't call it tinnitus. Call it what it really is, hearing and tapping into higher dimensions. When you start to feel a lot of energy in your body and you get headaches or pulsing or your body starts to move by itself, don't be afraid. Know that this is spirit moving you and you feel alive. You've got more energy running through your body. So these 5 senses are no longer blocked by the lower mind, and they start to experience life through the higher mind, through your soul. Dear ones, this is all available to each of you. So pay attention to the present moment, and every time a blockage, a resistance, a fear arises, hug it into your heart, and it will dissolve with love, and you will feel and sense your way through life on earth. We bring you this powerful message with such abundance of love and light from the angelic realm. We love you.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, angels.
Oof.
What
Wow.
a wonderful transmission.
Wonderful. I gotta say, I'm turning into energy. My whole body's vibrating. The room is like as if we're under the ocean. Wow, it's amazing. So everyone can integrate that now.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure.
So let us speak a little bit about your channeling and the messages that have been coming through. Basically, about we know that 2025 is a 9-year, which is in numerology completion, right? So there is things to be completed. There is a new beginning at the door. There is old stories to be released in the micro. There is old stories to be released at the macro level. There is a lot going on energetically. Would you please give us a little bit of insights into what you have been picking up on?
Yeah, the angels have told me that we are in a birthing canal. And if you actually think about it, birth, it's painful. It's the actual, both for the soul that's coming in, because the soul's leaving its expanded energy state and it's contracted into a body and it's starting to like feel. And for the mother and for the, the parents, it's emotional and physically painful. And so the angels are saying that this year and then maybe another 2 to 3 years on from this year, it's getting more intense because as you move through the birthing canal, there's no space there for us to cling on to our ego and to still run from fear. It's actually just pushing away and dissolving us from those layers. And, so long on our earth, we've been running on many different conditionings, like we have to work hard to earn money. We have to go to school and understand the system, and then make sure we stay in that system, finish school, go to college, get a job, earn money, have children, just like be a program. And not be free to create, what else could we use our mind to create? What else could we imagine to be experienced? Like, why can't we teleport, and why can't we move things with our energy? Why have we blocked ourselves? Why have we become so limited here? Why I'm connecting with the Arcturians, and they're able to move things with focus of mind. They use the mind to create such high frequency things. They work with the crystalline energies, and so why have we forgotten this, and why have we gotten trapped? Because we on Earth wanted to go through the awakening journey. And the awakening journey can only happen if we fall fully asleep. So it's part of the plan that we fall asleep. We forget that we're great creators. We think we're just a character in a dream, or we sometimes don't even remember that we're in a dream. We fully believe we're just a character. We believe that we're human, we're born, and we're going to die. And then we wake up. We get to have this experience of remembering, hold on, there's something more. There's something more. And so that's what's happening. There's a mass global awakening. There are so many thousands of people that are remembering, I am not just a human, I'm something else. And I am playing the character of a human, but I am actually God, consciousness, light. I am limitless. I am infinite. I am, wow. What am I? And so people are becoming more curious and finding out who they are. And so because of this, the reason why this is happening, why so many people are waking up, is because on Earth, we've got so much darkness and so much light. The polarity's at its maximum. And so as below, so above, light and dark, the polarity always comes in, here as we experience in the duality place, we experience the polar forces. That's part of the wonderful gift we get to experience, the highs and the lows. And so because right now we've got war, we've got a split happening. We've got some people that are so fearful and scared of what's going to happen, and they're clinging to their beliefs and clinging to their identity and staying in a lower vibration. And that's okay. Everything is absolutely divinely perfect. Everyone is consciousness having its unique experience. So everyone can do what they need to do. That's meant to be happening. And so there are some people that are clinging to power and really hurting other people. And so we've just got a lot of chaos happening. Even in the Earth, we can see there's a lot of volcanoes, a lot of seismic activity, earthquakes, the tsunami that we've recently had, all of this. And we got so much energy with the sun. We're having so many solar flares and like flashes that are upgrading us. And these flashes are happening like often. Many people write to me in my YouTube channel and they say, now I'm seeing flashes. I'm feeling energy upgrades. Like we're feeling it. So we're in this birthing canal, and we have to dissolve the shadow in order to be more of the light that we are embodied, to be consciousness in a body. And so many people are doing the work, and they're doing it. And so what it's doing is it's creating a new vibration on our Earth. So we kind of have a split taking place. Oh, I got goosebumps as I'm talking about this, because we've got a higher vibration of so many people now living with a higher mind, living connected to their soul, leading the way from love. And then we've got still people connected to the old ways that still are attached to money, attached to having control over others and drawing energy out of others so that they can feel empowered because they've disconnected from their own source of energy. You can't fully disconnect. They have always their own direct connection, but it's more like a stream of water rather than a waterfall. And so they then rely on other people by controlling others to gain their power and energy. And so this is happening. And why this is happening is because in order for many more people to wake up, they need to see their own darkness. You see, in order to be the light that we are, we have to face our own shadow, and we all have darkness because the ego has been running the show on earth for so long. So when we're born and we're given a lower mind, the ego, we immediately start to learn patterns from society and from our upbringing and all of that. And so our cultures, and so we take on these programs and they are lower frequency. And so when we are uncomfortable and we're suffering and we don't like what's happening in our outer world, we start to take control of our inner world and we start to dissolve those patterns and do the work. And as we individually do it, it changes it for the collective. So we're like the caterpillar that's gone into the cocoon. It's messy in there. It's so messy. It's transforming itself, but we're gonna come out as a butterfly. And so it's also like if you're in at nighttime and you're having a dream. Say the dream was wonderful and just so relaxed. When you wake up, you don't really remember it. But if the dream is crazy and intense, you wake up and you're like, whoa, that's what's happening on Earth. It's gone crazy. It's chaotic. And it has to be like this so that thousands more people will stop attaching to the lower mind, will start doing the work, dissolving, and will come back home to the heart. And it's the big thing is that Earth wants to ascend as well. And so she's doing some earthly things to make sure we wake up and shake up and make this next step into this higher frequency. And I also just want to say, like, for those that aren't ready, that's okay. They can vibrate and live where they are. And we love and accept all wherever they are because all are God having a human experience and all is totally fine and perfect. It's just consciousness having trillions of different experiences. So no one has to be going your way. Your way is unique for you. We all experience this awakening differently.
Thank you very much for sharing that with all of us. That was beautiful. I love the metaphors you used.
Such a
poetic. So let's talk a little bit about disclosure regarding our friends, for example, the Arcturians that are already here with us. What can you pick up on regarding this topic?
And when you talk about closure, can you give me a bit more context?
Disclosure. I mean, the disclosure that we have always been basically visited or intergalactically connected, however you want to say it.
Yes. I can feel the frequency getting higher. So I'm just tuning in to the Arcturians. And they're saying, we have always been here. We've left our markings, the great pyramids on every single continent and also under the ocean. We have been human. We are very high frequency light. We have been on Earth thousands and thousands of Earth lifetimes ago, where we have helped to use the power of the mind to move physical things energetically and also to create something that was not there and to use the power of the mind for it to then be there. We have left many messages on the earth for you to access and remember that you are powerful creators. And the more you can expand your mind, the more you can create with it, and then you can use the mind rather than the mind using you. And so we have been beaming light and wisdom to many that have been matching our frequency. We are high frequency, 9th dimensional and higher. We can also lower our frequency to meet you in 4th and 5th dimensions. We can meet you in dream time. We can meet you when you are meditating, or even just when you bring your awareness into the present moment. When you do that, you actually bring so much light into your body and into this space around you that you lift up in frequency And you are then able to expand and meet us, and we can communicate through your mind, and you may energetically sense and feel us. So we have been communicating and connecting for always, always. We are very, very connected to the earth. We love her. We love her. She is a part of our vibration. She is blue and green and gold in her frequency. We hold a lot of the blue frequency, and we also have some of the harmonic green and gold too. So we are a frequency connection and deeply in the heart space connected to earth. And this is why we dedicate a lot of our frequency, light, and awareness to you on earth. We do not push anything. We only respond to frequency, to energy matches, to those moments where you match with us or you ask for us to support, guide, and help. Then we come in and we can support, and we can lower our frequency, and then you can see us more with this blue moving waves of energy. We can also move with our mind and bring our concentration into physical realm. We can embody, we can be in a body. And we have done this time and time again. We have come in special, what you will call spaceships, are energetic frequency transportations, and we can use them to move through space and time. They are with very high frequency crystalline structures and energy waves that are creating how we move with them. And so we use them to come to the earth and connect and beam light and speak to many of you. We come, and we will be coming more and more. And over the next year or two, many more of you will see us, experience us, feel us. And we ask that you dedicate some time to connect. If you would like to connect, you can ask before you go to sleep at night to set the intention that you can connect in dream time, or you may want to connect in a meditation. Connect with the color blue. Visualize blue filling your energy field. It will bring you into the frequency where we can meet and communicate. We are here for you. As you raise your frequencies, you are raising the frequency of earth, and contact can happen more easily, and many more of us are preparing to come and help you as you evolve into what you call the new earth, which is being birthed through the vibration of love. It is all love, but it is not that human love that is conditioned and attached, and it is not something where you can use the mind to believe yourself into loving yourself or others. It is an energetic frequency. It is a feeling. It is a harmonic. It is a vibration. And so as you start to feel it more, you will sense and you will feel us too. And we will help you to create many powerful ways to work with energy and enjoy your earthly human experience from a much higher frequency and much more expanded space and state. We hold a vibration that you would call excitement because we are feeling waves and ripples of so much light due to the knowing of how soon you are ready for us to remind you of the power that lies under the pyramids, and that you can access it. The power under the pyramids has needed to be hidden because what happened was people became very power hungry and starting to use the pyramids for more lower mind activities. And so we shut it down. And so it holds this potential for bringing all continents together in a harmonic frequency of golden light, which is so light. maybe you can feel it. Not every physical body is ready for that amount of light yet. You are still preparing, you are still opening, and you are still getting used to holding more light. When you are ready, then this activation can re-happen with opening the energy of the pyramids. For now, what is happening is there is golden light from underneath of the pyramids connecting through the ley lines, connecting all the continents with a gentle flow of the golden light. And you can connect to it by bringing awareness to your feet and the roots that move from your feet into the earth and absorb the golden light gently, slowly in an upwards current so that you can slowly acclimatize to holding more of this light. And then what is happening is you are opening to the golden ages, which once was here. Earth has many cycles. It has had golden Atlantis, which was when we also were very connected to the earth, and also many of us living on the earth. This is available to earth again to move into a golden cycle of many, many people living from love and leading from love. So we waiting for the most perfect frequency match when a certain number of people on earth are at a certain vibration so that then we can come and bring our frequency here because people will be ready to move into the higher currents of energy, light, and what we call highly evolved, true, infinite love.
Thank you, Natalie, and thank you, Arcturians, for this fantastic transmission of wonderful energies. And also, it was auditory priceless.
Yeah.
Very insightful. Thank you.
Wow. And now what's running through my body is like these like waves of different colors and light. So we've just had like an energetic activation as well.
Thank you very much, Natalie. So, would you like to share with the audience your highest vision for the new earth that we are co-creating right now together?
Yeah, give space to see. I really feel it. I feel like it's not like my mind is like pushing to, oh, we need to manifest this. It's a feeling of knowing that it's already happening. Like I'm holding the vibration of I trust and I surrender to the destiny that's unfolding. And so in that space of knowing what I see is that there's so many communities coming together and that I mean, even like I've got so many different community, like I've got the Reiki community and my YouTube community, and I can feel like how we're in resonance. So something very special is happening. I'm seeing these pockets of communities, and then I see how all those circles of communities connect with this like grid line structure. And then I'm seeing a new way of teaching in the schools. That's already started. Thank you to the pandemic. It gave people permission to teach their children at home and so there's new ways of that it doesn't need to be that old way. And so that I see new schools teaching children to stay connected to the inner wisdom and the light that they are and learning to work with energy. And I'm seeing this happening. I'm seeing new, the angels say a total new currency is going to be birthed. I'm also seeing presidents or leaders, like I'm seeing more feminine energy in those places coming from love, which means that then the people that vote them in are opening more to love and less fearful, less split. And so I'm seeing such beauty. I'm seeing new ways of working with energy, and I'm also seeing like that the technological advances are like huge and like massive discoveries, and that everything's meant to be as it is. And so many things like coming online, like people directly channeling and coming into like online, I mean like in tune with the higher higher dimensions and holding more light in the body, and then the physical body doesn't pick up germs and viruses anymore because it's in such a high vibration. So I mean, this is like years and years that this is all uncovering. It doesn't need to be fast because our system can't handle fast, and our physical body's still catching up. Our mind takes time to open, so it's going to happen in its perfect timing.
Thank you, Natalie, for being today with us. Do you have any parting messages for the audience?
Yeah, it's just coming through so strong. I'm just hearing the angels say, be you, the true you, the I am presence, the you that is the depth of the ocean, underneath the chatter of the mind and the flutter of emotions, the deep ocean that's here in the present moment. The one that's really hearing me and feeling me and observing yourself and us. That is the you. Be you.
Thanks again. We will be posting all of your links below for people to find out more about you, your work, your communities, and amazing offerings.
Thank you. Because I really would love anyone who feels in resonance with me and just is like, oh, wow, Natalie, I can feel what she's saying. Then, to connect, because I have such a warm, loving YouTube community, and my Instagram, I have many different, powerful tools how to work in the human realm, like how to work with the mind and the emotions. And then also my website, there's so many free resources there as well.
Perfect. Thank you for the work that you are doing. I truly appreciate you, and namaste.
Namaste.